Happy Wednesday. Hump day. Hump day. Yes, yes. How y'all doing? How is everybody doing? We are in the first week of June. The year is almost half over. It's moving pretty quickly. I think that it's moving a little too quick because the next thing we know, summer's going to be over. You know, everybody tries to do everything in June, July, and August. I mean, everything. They try to pack everything into those 3 months because, like, when September hits, it's over. It's over. But you know what? We just got to take it one day at a time, enjoy life, and just have a good time and show up being being the best version of you that you can be. So I want to welcome you to the comfort zone. This is the place where you can determine if you're ready to step out of your comfort zone or not. Remember, you're right either way. I'm your host, Donna E. Williams, owner of Donna's Touch LLC, where everything I touch comes from the heart. Today's episode, wow, I'm excited about today's episode. You know, it's something that I looked at and was thinking, do I want to go here? Yeah, I want to go here. Because you know what? I want us to unpack this. What? Episode 13 is your relationship grade. You know how you get graded when you're in school and you get graded on your job performance, and that sometimes that most of the time your job performance determines how much more money you will get or if you won't be let go. So your grade is important in how you show up and all of those things, right? So what's your relationship grade? All the various relationships that we have to encounter, that we're a part of, whether it's your professional relationship, romantic relationship, religious relationship, financial relationship, family relationships, they all come together. And you know what? Here's the question. How would you grade yourself on all those relationships? How would you grade yourself? And I think the one thing I forgot to mention is your personal relationship. I did forget to mention that. The personal relationship with yourself. How would you grade that? Hmm. So, on a grading system from A plus to F, let's go through it, right? I'm just going to talk about what my grading system is. If you choose to share for any of the questions that I am presenting, you're more than welcome to put your comments in the commentary at the end of this episode, after the description. I welcome all comments. I encourage them so I can engage with you and get to know my audience, the people that are following me and listening to what I have to say. So, relationship, romantic relationships, I give myself a C. We're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about that later. But I give myself a C, and partly because I'm not in a romantic relationship right now. And it's like, well, why not? Well, that comes to the personal relationship, right? So the personal relationship is kind of like a C minus, a D. I have work to do. I have work to do, I'm a firm believer that if you want to attract, in order for you to attract what you want in your life, you must become that. You must become what it is you want to attract. If you want to attract someone that knows and is in a healthy relationship and is doing the work to be a better person, then you need to attract that. You need to be that person so that that person will find you. And honey, when the ones that are not doing that find you, you need to know how to get rid of them because you already know what you're looking for. Oh, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I'm sorry. Professional relationship, I give myself a B. Plenty of work that needs to be done, but I am grinding. I'm here every week. I'm putting out the podcast, getting better at getting my feed out, my reels out, working on a website. Oh my goodness, just really being more professional and showing up and making a name for my brand, Donna's Touch. Religious life, religious grade, A. Family grade, A plus. I'm good. I'm a great auntie. I'm a great sister. I'm a great bonus mom. I'm a great cousin. I love family, and my family loves me. And they check me when I'm not when I need to be checked. I check them when they need to be checked. So my grade for my family, A plus. Financial relationship, ooh, D. I give myself a D in my financial relationship. Work. Work on financial, work on romantic, and definitely work on personal. Now, I may be a little hard on myself with the personal by giving myself a D, but I am my biggest critic. I'm very hard on myself. I am my biggest critic. I don't give myself a lot of grace. I give everybody else grace. I don't give me a lot of grace. This is why I'm wearing my t-shirt today, selfish, my selfish t-shirt. To learn to embrace the journey of self-care and taking care of me and making sure that I'm the best version of me that I could be. I need to remind myself of this a lot. I don't always do it. And that's why the personal is a D. The grade is a D for the personal. So I want to talk about 3 keys to improving your relationships, all aspects of your relationships. And I think what we don't realize is that even though I broke down the different types of relationships and I gave a score for each one, honestly, your relationship score is the same for all of them. Now, you may say, no, that's not true. Well, I act differently professionally than I do romantically. I act differently financially than I do personally. I act different romantically than I do in my religious relationship. Well, do you? Do you really? Or are you masking or hiding how you really are? Because you do not want people to see the real you. Ooh. Yeah, I said that out loud. Yes. Yes, it was me. I said it. Yes. Do you not want people to see the real you? So perhaps that's why you give yourself different grades. I'm guilty. I'm very guilty of that. But we're not talking about you. We talk about me, right? We only talk about me because I don't do this podcast to share with y'all. I just want to talk about me. No, I need you to think about it. I need you to consider it. I need you to ask yourself, is this possible? It is. So I'm going to share with you relationship, 3 keys to improving relationships in your life. Number one, love this. Take responsibility for your happiness and your joy. Take responsibility for your happiness and your joy. But you need to take responsibility for all of it as well. Your happiness and your joy is very important because this is how you're going to show up to others. And most importantly, is how you need to show up to yourself. The selfish t shirt that I am wearing talks about embracing your care, self care, to embracing your rhythm of your journey to self care, which is an ongoing thing. It happens every day. It should happen every day. You should say something loving to yourself every day or show yourself self care every day. Looks different for everyone, but take responsibility for it. Take responsibility for how it looks. Take responsibility for your happiness. Take responsibility for your joy. Take responsibility for your sadness. Take responsibility for when you mistreat someone. Take responsibility for when you allow someone to mistreat you. Sometimes you say, well, I don't have the control over somebody mistreating me. You do not. You're right. It's how you respond to it that you have control over. Don't allow yourself to think that you need others to make you happy. I think a lot of us are guilty of that. We get into relationships, we get into situations, we have friendships that we feel that we're happy because of the other person, because of what they do, what they say, how they treat us, and they make us happy. Newsflash, you make you happy. You give you joy. You are responsible for that. If a person makes you happier, IER, they're adding to the happiness that you already have. If a person makes you joyful, FUL, they are adding to the joy that you already have. They're not creating that, it's already there. You are responsible for your happiness and your joy. Take responsibility for it. Number two, one of my favorites. Always, always, I'm going to say it one more time, one more again for the ones in the back. Always trust your instinct. It never fails you. My saying is trust your instinct. They never fail you. We just fail to listen. Your instincts never fail you. We fail to listen. We think when our instincts and our gut, that feeling for me, like I told you, it's my stomach. My stomach lets me know, you don't need to do that. Sometimes you hear or you feel whatever it is that's telling you that you should go another direction, should not pursue what you're thinking about pursuing, and you pursue it anyway. You disregard your instincts, and I could probably bet 10 out of 10 times that you've done that, you regretted it. Somebody says I'm wrong, put it in a comment. Let me see what it is. Talk to me because I want to know that you failed to follow your instinct and you came out right and everything worked out. hmm I don't believe it. But let me know if it's, I could be wrong. I doubt it, but I could be wrong. So this is important because, like I said, if you give you an example, I always give you an example from my life because that's the experience of which I speak from and from the things that I learned and I share with you. I was in a relationship that ended in 2023. And my instincts, I gave my instincts a workout because I'm trying to act like I'm justifying things that your gut is telling you, well, Donna, something about that is not right. I wanted to be in this relationship. I wanted this to work. I hadn't been in a relationship in several years. I had not been with someone, and Mama was lonely. I'm gonna be straight up. I'm gonna be straight up. So you want what you want. When people say the heart wants what the heart wants. Well, sometimes the heart don't know what it wants because it's not listening to its instincts. That's a gem. Somebody's gonna get that. so, so in any case, I had a conversation with this man, and up until this point that we had this conversation, I had not met anyone in his family, no one of significance. I hadn't met anyone. Let me just, not even significance. I hadn't met anyone. So, um, but he told me from the very beginning he wanted a relationship. He wanted to be with exclusive, just me and him. Da, da, da. The ground rules were set from the beginning, which I really appreciated because sometimes people don't tell you the truth. But then again, like we know, we see the representative. We meet the representative. People tell you whatever they want to tell you to get to where they need to get to. And it's not always with your best interest at heart, in mind. Okay. So he said, I asked him, I said, so if you were in my shoes, because like I said, up until this point, I hadn't met anybody in his family, didn't meet his mother, sister, son, nobody. I said, if you were in my shoes, how long would you wait until you introduce your significant other to your family? And he said December. And I just want to say, and we were in April, end of March, beginning of April. And we had been dating for quite some time. And we met like during the holidays of the year before, and we started officially dating like January of that year. So we have been seeing each other for quite some time, had extensive conversations, video chats, the whole nine. And he said December. Now, mind you, I said he had met some of my family, met some of my friends, my core people. And I heard that and I sat down and I didn't say another word. And I said to myself, he didn't mean that. He didn't mean that. I'm gonna meet somebody in his family before December. He's just pulling my leg. That's what I told myself. I justified it. My instinct said, "Girl," he said, "What? You know you ain't waiting till no December to meet somebody's family. That's crazy. If y'all if serious, that's crazy. That doesn't make sense. I mean, you don't have to meet everybody, but someone, friend, coworker, somebody. That's crazy." Didn't listen to my instincts. You know I'm single, right? I'm single today. Just want you to know that didn't work out. That didn't work out. So it leads right in. It leads right into the next one. I mean, I just couldn't help that one. It was like, I'm single, right? Because that was crazy. And I did say it was a relationship in 2023. And that leads right into the next thing. Number three, and this is a big one. Pay attention to the red flags. Duh. Pay attention to the red flag. What red flags did I ignore and why? What red flags are you ignoring in your relationship? Ships. And why? Why are you ignoring your red flags? The red flags are the things that are designed to tell you, don't go in the water. Remember the red flags on the beach? Don't go in the water. The water is rough. The tide could take you out and you could drown and we won't hear or see you ever again. The red flags. There are red flags in your life. The red flags I ignored, the one I just told you, that was a big red flag. The other red flag that I ignored was the energy shift. I am a big energy person. I deal with people on their different levels of energy, and I can tell when energy is negative, positive, good for me, bad for me, where you mean me harm, when I need to stay away from you. I mean, I am an automatic magnet. If you need to stay away, I can feel it. If people, I can feel the energy, and I know when it shifts. I know when someone is really into me, and then it shifts. I feel the energy. Most times people don't have to say anything. I can tell by the way they treat me. I could tell by the lack of response, the over responses, it's energy. It's all energy based. It's spiritually based as well. I mean, God talks to me all the time, but my energy gives me what I'm supposed to know. So these are some of the red flags. That red flag was not listening to when my instinct said, "Girl, you need to end that relationship now." The other one was when the energy in our relationship shifted. And it shifted to the point where hmm, he treated me not badly. I'm not going to say that. There was no abuse. There was no physical, verbal abuse or anything like that. It's just that things weren't the way they were. They weren't the way they were when they began. And remember what we talk about. The first 6 months, you meet the representative. You don't meet the real person. And after 6 months, then you see the real person. That happened. We went on trips. We did things. But I will tell you what a big red flag for me was. We went on a trip. I took him with me to a family wedding of mine. So he got to meet more family. Still haven't met anybody in his family. So we went on a family trip. We went on a trip to Ohio and went to one of my cousin's wedding. Took him with me. Great time. Wonderful time. And later that year, not sure what month it was, I don't remember. Later that year, a family member of his got married and he walked her down the aisle. I wasn't even invited to the wedding. I found out about it after the fact. Oh, he wasn't available because he had to go to this wedding. I was like, what? You went to a wedding. You walked the bride down the aisle because her father was not available. So you stepped in, and I wasn't even invited. Well, it was a last minute thing. I didn't really know. Da 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 da. And I'm like, I must be Ububu the fool. Yeah, I must be Ububu the fool. I gotta be because who tells people craziness like that? Well, people do tell people craziness because they think they can get away with it. So I was like, you know what? Things are starting to reveal themselves. Things are starting to show. But I'm encouraging you, don't ignore the red flags. They're there for a reason. They happen. And you need to know what it looks like for you. What does a red flag for you look like? Because your red flag may not be my red flag. That was a red flag for me. There were several others, but I'm not trying to be on for 10 hours, okay? Breaking down my relationship. Let's just say there were red flags. I didn't listen to my instinct, and I didn't take responsibility for my role in the relationship. I did take responsibility for how I wanted it to look, but when it wasn't looking that way, I needed to take responsibility to be selfish and get out. Take care of me first. So understand what that looks like. Plan ahead in any of your relationships, and I'm talking about all of them: financial, professional, spiritual, romantic, personal. Take inventory of you and ask yourself, what do I want my personal relationship to look like with me? What are some of the red flags that you've been allowing yourself to get away with? Telling yourself you're going to work out and you didn't work out. Telling yourself you're going to eat better and you're not eating better. You're eating the same stuff you were eating before. You have not made any changes. Telling yourself that you're going to be nicer to yourself, that you're going to cherish yourself more. You're going to take better care of yourself. And you're not doing that. You're still working 12-hour days. You didn't take a vacation. You don't spend time with your family. You're not taking care of you. You need to take care of you all the time, every day. Find out what it looks like for you. Because this is not a one and done. This is a daily activity. How you show up in life every day is a daily thing. And I think we don't always pay attention to how we show up because we just do stuff on automatic. I am encouraging you to take the time to not be automatic and be intentional, to be purposeful, and to sit down and ask yourself, what are some of the things that I can do so I can show up and improve my relationship grade? The goal is to go from a D to an A plus. The goal is to increase your relationship grade. The goal is to go from a D to a C, from a C to a B, and from a B to an A in your world, in your life, and in the relationships that you have and that you will have. You want to encourage yourself and your family to have good relationship grades. And like I say every week, if you need assistance with that, I'm here for you. Come check me out. JohnnisTouch.com. Go to my website, fill out an application for a consultation, and we can talk about how we can improve your relationship grade. I hope this has been helpful. I'm going to include more parts of the relationship grade because those 3 keys, that's 3, but we probably got tons more, and I'm going to look into it and let you know what they are. Are y'all ready to take this ride with me? You don't want this smoke, but maybe you need this smoke. You know what I'm saying? I want you to celebrate your life. The more you celebrate your life, the more life there is to celebrate. And improve your relationship grade. See you next time on the Comfort Zone. Bye bye.